Good day, everybody. Today I'm going to be making a wort chiller, W-O-R-T, as used in beer making. It'll also function as a water heater if you have a source of heat. Okay, here's the big pot that I'm going to be using. So this thing is actually going to have my beer wort in it. I've used this many times. So I need the coils to go down inside of that thing. If it's bigger than that diameter, it won't work. Well, my plan here is to wrap it around that bucket to create a continuous radius. So this one's coming all the way up from the bottom. And this I just wrapped around the top there. We're going to have an inlet and an outlet. Perfect. This is what I want exactly. I want these two ends sticking out over that and that to fit down in there. All right, now to put a couple fittings on the end of this here. Well, I made a little trip to Home Depot and went and grabbed some fittings for the tubing ends. And got some adapters. What I needed to do was make sure I could hook the copper tubing up to the garden hose, or hook the garden hose up to the copper tubing. So I got the appropriate fittings here. That one there is a 3/8 inch compression fitting, and it, it's a 3/4 inch reducer, and so it'll hook up to the garden hose fitting there. Again, just Home Depot, but that compression fitting was really nice because I could just thread it on there and crank it down, and it wasn't going anywhere. You're looking at the fitting job there. Now I can just hook up the hose connector there, the hose fitting. But I just thread that on there, and then that'll make for the inlet for the cold water coming in. Just cranked it down with a couple of wrenches. And then the tubing here, I picked that up from Home Depot as well. You know, you can use this tubing, or you can put another garden hose fitting on there. Actually, really, you could put any kind of fitting on there depending on where you're, as far as male or female on the garden hose. But you could run a hose to your tub or your shower or whatever you want. Now, this works good, too, if you have a source of heat, make a campfire under this big pot, and you'll have a continuous source of hot water. Just run that. As long as you got some steady water, just boil a pot of water, and you can run your cold water through it, and it heats it up when it comes out. So here I'm just connecting that tubing that I bought with a couple of hose clamps. I'm putting two of them on there just to make a good fit. Here's there's the fire, my source of heat for now, which is propane. I'm just filling it up with water. Again, probably like to do this over a campfire for kind of a good demo, in a survival type situation, but propane works as well. It took a little while for the propane to heat this water up, but here you're seeing got my thermometer down in the water just for demo purposes, showing the temperature of the water, but still a little bit low. It took some time to bring that water up to heat. Again, if you had a campfire, you could get you a really good bed of coals going, run the water through there, and there it is. There's the wort chiller down in there. And that's also, for beer making here, this would basically represent your wort, your beer wort. And the reason that people use these is because that beer wort takes hours to cool off. And so if you were going to stick this in your beer wort, it'll save you an immense amount of time on getting that cooled down. That way you can move on to your next step in the beer making process. So this wort chiller serves as two functions, So here it is with the hose hooked up. Really worked like a charm. I was impressed at how much hot water I was able to generate out of this. Here I'm just showing the temp. And I end up getting the temperature all the way up to close to about 175 degrees, which is plenty hot. So here you can see the water is still steaming. This water that's coming out of here is way hotter than you'd even want for bath water. But good to have this around. If your power goes out, survival type situation, you're going to have hot water. You're not going to be taking a freezing cold shower.
I'll show you how hot this is. Let me grab my thermometer. This is the water coming out.
Yeah, this is just kind of showing how it functions, and that hot water coming out of there.
I'm gonna go ahead and kill the heat on this right now. There we go, heat is off. I'm gonna show you how quickly this will cool down. Let's pretend this is your beer wort that's been boiling. We're gonna run a bunch of cold water through it now, and the heat is off. I'm gonna show you how fast this will cool this down. See, we're already below 150. It's amazing how fast this will cool all that water down. As you can see, in less than 5 minutes, we're already down. We're down about 125 degrees, from 175 to less than 125 in less than 5 minutes. So this thing works like a charm.
I'll put the link to order in the description. Thanks for watching.